here is cable or band rotations with pivot. So you're gonna want to have the band or cable interlaced between both hands, keeping it in our midline. That's our kind of starting point. We don't want it favoring the direction it's pulling from. We want to start in our midline, so we're already resisting it a little bit. So we're gonna have our feet about normal, shoulder width apart. I do want your hands away from your stomach or away from your body so they're not so close. Ideally, we'd like to have them straight out or slightly bent, but if you have a band and it's too tight or the weight you have is a little too much for your arm strength, you might want to bring it in a little bit closer. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this from my midline and I'm gonna rotate at my torso and twist this way, but I'm also pivoting at this foot, my back foot. So I'm gonna come back to my midline, rotate and pivot. Rotate and pivot. As you can see, I'm not letting this come past my midline this direction at all. You're gonna wanna keep it in your midline. Also, a lot of this power is coming from your hip, so really think of digging this foot into the ground and this hip forcing your rotation that way. So here, pivot, good. Pivot, good. After you do about 5 or 10 of those, you'll notice that your foot might start to slide away. If it does, we don't want to practice these super long pivots and rotations. Readjust, get it back together, get your feet underneath you, rotate and pivot. All that power is coming from the hip. Your core is just kind of helping aid in the rotation and resisting the rotation of the band or cable. So make sure we're using our hips in that one. Bam! That is cable rotations with pivots.